Hello everyone, welcome to your 10th QB64 tutorial. Now in this tutorial we'll be working with while loops. Now before we begin, I'd like to give you a quick refresher. I'll go ahead and declare x as an integer. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and set x to equal 2. Now if we want to add something to x, like just say we want to add 1 to x, like want to have x equal 3 now, we can just simply say x equals x plus 1. And so what that does is it has x right here, and it's just going to take this equation and make that equal x. So we're just adding 1 to x. And so if we run our program, hold on, one problem. Oops, we forgot to print x. Yes, very important. Okay, so what the program's going to do, it's going to declare x as an integer, it's going to set x to equal 2, and it's going to add 1 to x, and then it's going to print x to the screen. That's the problem that I had. I forgot to print it out to the screen. So, learn from my mistakes. Going to go ahead and run our program now. And as you can see, it adds 1 to x. And so that's just a quick reminder. Now we're going to get into while loops. Now, while loops are loops that will continue to loop while a condition is true. Here, I'll show you. Dim x as integer. I'm going to have another integer. Dim y as integer. Just for future reference. And I'm going to go ahead and declare a string. Dim a as string. Alright. Now we're going to set x to equal, let's have x equals 0. Alright. Now, while x is less than 10, and what this is going to do, it's sort of like an if statement, like if x is less than 10 while x is less than 10, we're going to print out, yeah, I spelled that correctly, I hate One Direction. Alright, and so as you can see, it indented it for us, so we know that we're in the loop. And then we're going to set x equals x plus 1. That's going to add 1 to x. And then to end while loops, you just have to simply type when. Remember this keyword, when and while. Those are your two keywords of the day. Okay, so what this program's going to do, while x it's going to check to see if x is less than 10. And as you can see, x equals 0 at the moment, so yes, it is less than 10. It's going to print I hate One Direction. And then x equals x plus 1, so x is then going to equal 1. It's going to loop back up to when, it's going to use when to loop back up to while, I apologize. And now x equals 1, and it's still less than 10, but let's keep going. X equals 2, loops x equals 3, loops x equals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to get to that point while while 9 is less than 10, 9 is less than 10, so it's still going to print. And then x equals 10, while 10 is less than 10, whoa, the program's going to stop because x equals 10, and 10 is not less than 10, so that's when the loop is going to stop. And so if my calculations are correct, this should print out I hate One Direction 10 times, because it will loop through the code 10 times, because x will be less than 10 times before x will finally equal 10. So let's go ahead and run our code. And I hate One Direction, I hate One Direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it prints out I hate One Direction 10 times. And we can manipulate this 10 to print it out however many times we want. Let's do 20. While x is less than 20, it's going to print, and we have I hate One Direction printed out 20 times. Alright, now I'm going to warn you, however, loops can be, infinite loops can very well be achieved with the while loop, so you want to be careful. We can just simply say while x equals 0, and we can print out, let's be a little creative. We're going to also print out x. Alright, so what this program's going to do, x equals 0, while x equals 0, we're going to print out I hate One Direction. X equals X plus 1. Actually, no. Wait, let me change this. Let me change this real quick. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and set Y to equal 0. This is why I declare my integers early. And I'm going to have Y equals Y plus 1. Excuse my typing. And then we're going to print Y. Okay. So, I'm going to explain this without any errors, hopefully. While x equals 0, it's going to print I hate One Direction, and y equals y plus 1, it's going to print y. So y equals 1 now, when, and x still equals 0, there's nothing that's going to change x, and x will continuously and infinitely equal 0 no matter what. So that's going to create an infinite loop. And if we run our program, see, it's just going mad. It's an infinite loop. It's printing I hate One Direction, and it's printing numbers in between. And of course, if you've checked previous tutorials, you will know that the numbers actually go pretty haywire. And so that's for loops for you. I will be honest with you, I don't really use while loops too often. What am I talking about? For loops. That's the next lesson. Now, while loops, there are 3 loops that we're going to be learning in these tutorials. We've already learned do loops. We've already learned while loops. The next tutorial will be for loops. Now, while loop is the least used, by me at least. In my own preference, I usually prefer for loops or do loops. I normally do not use while loops, but they can be useful at times, and I recommend that you at least know them. And if you use them, great. I mean, everyone has their own preferences. That's programming. There's multiple different ways to do different things. So I hope this tutorial helped you in any capacity, and do practice while loops and come up with your own little while loops. Be creative. And my name's Zachary. I hope this was beneficial to you in any capacity, and I bid you farewell.